Recently, Canada has encountered a troubling trend involving international students, with nearly 50,000 individuals listed as no-shows by Canadian universities and colleges. These students, who received study permits to study in Canada, have failed to attend the schools they were supposed to enroll in, raising serious concerns over the integrity of the system. According to data shared by the Globe and Mail, this situation highlights a growing problem that is not only damaging to Canada's educational system, but also complicates the broader immigration landscape. The issue predominantly affects students from overseas who are granted permission to study in Canada. However, the latest reports show a staggering 6.9% of international students failed to comply with the terms of their visas. This non-compliance is reflected in the figures for March and April of 2024, when colleges and universities submitted reports on the status of international students. The top countries contributing to these no-shows include India, China, Iran, and Rwanda, with Indian students making up the largest group by far, nearly 20,000 individuals, or 5.4% of all Indian students in Canada. Among the reasons behind this significant number of no-shows is a pattern of illegal border crossings. Allegedly, some students, instead of attending school, used their student status as a means to enter the United States illegally. Canadian law enforcement is investigating potential connections between certain Canadian colleges and entities in India involved in facilitating such border crossings. This situation has raised alarms, as it suggests that a portion of these students are not pursuing their studies, but seeking alternative means of migration, often with the aim of working illegally or even seeking asylum. To tackle these growing concerns, Canada's immigration authorities have been tightening the rules for international students. Immigration Minister Mark Miller recently announced that institutions failing to report the attendance of international students would face strict penalties, including suspensions from accepting new international students. Additionally, more rigorous checks are now in place for students suspected of violating the terms of their study permits. Experts like Henry Lawton, a former federal economist, suggest that one effective way to prevent this type of abuse would be to require students to pay their tuition fees upfront before entering the country. This could help reduce fraud and ensure that the system is not being exploited by those who are not genuinely interested in studying, but rather in using Canada as a stepping stone to work or migrate illegally. This problem also highlights discrepancies between various tracking systems. Statistics Canada reports over 1 million valid student holders, yet Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, that is IRCC, data shows a much lower number of international students currently enrolled in Canadian institutions. This gap in data raises questions about the true scale of non-compliance and points to the need for better transparency and more reliable tracking systems. As the number of international students in Canada continues to grow, this issue will need urgent attention. The government, educational institutions, and immigration authorities must collaborate to ensure that the system is fair, transparent, and not susceptible to exploitation. Ensuring that international students are complying with the conditions of their visas is crucial, not just for maintaining the credibility of Canada's educational institutions, but also for preserving the integrity of its immigration system. Stay subscribed for more videos.